Mario, Ruby, let's go. Let's go.
Come on, let's have a candid conversation. Let's talk about it. Just bring it up, we got hope and love.
Yeah.
It's all about you and your well-being. The candid conversation show. Let's go, let's talk about
Hey,
it.
let's walk it out. Let's walk it out.
It's all about you.
Let's walk it out. Let's talk.
Thank you for joining us for another conversation. Let's talk about it, the Candid Conversation Show. My name is Muriel.
And my name is Ruby.
I want you to know that just because you see a smile does not mean everything is perfect. We all have a story. On the show, we discuss topics that are unspoken and taboo in our community. We are so excited to have a candid conversation with our Haitian brother, Patrick Noze. We will be discussing entrepreneurship, his journey, and his passion and love for art.
When that time comes for me, that my legacy continues on through my art, my techniques, to say, oh, he's not Michelangelo, he's not Leonardo da Vinci, but he's Patrick Noze, and he looks like me.
Patrick, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome. We're so
Honored.
excited. Yes, it's been overdue for you to be here on the show, so we
Ah,
appreciate you taking the time out.
Well,
Then with COVID being here, we
Yeah.
hadn't been able to really see each other. So
Yeah.
we're glad
Yeah.
that you were able to make it.
well, I'm glad I'm here.
Yes, absolutely. We're gonna we lead the show with asking the guests to tell us a little bit about their childhood, their upbringing, because we believe our childhood shapes who we become as an adult. Don't you agree?
In my case, definitely.
Yes. Well, share a little bit with us.
Well, I was born in Jeremy.
Okay.
Jeremy.
I was technically with my single mom because my dad went off to Port-au-Prince,
Okay.
and my mother raised me along with my uncle.
Okay.
My uncle was very severe, and because in Haiti my family owns a school of law,
Okay.
school of law in Jeremy, so I was being trained to be a lawyer.
Oh, okay.
So from the age of 3, I had 3 tutors. I could read at the age of 3, mind you.
Oh, my
Wow.
goodness.
I could read and recite poetry. So at 5, my mom came to America and I went to my father where the art began.
Okay.
The exposure to art, because his, my grandfather, André Dimanche, and my father, Robert Noze, who were then, during that era, the people to go to.
Okay.
Were them.
But he wanted me to paint, although I was sculpting with them. I was getting wood as they were carving giant pieces of work.
Right.
I would take little pieces of wood with a razor and create the same thing.
Wow.
So he says to me one day, I would want to see you paint. So he gave me a box full of oil paint. And I was very young, I have never stopped painting.
And what
It's
age
almost
was
like
that?
you were born with it.
I was around 5, 6 years
My
old
goodness.
when my dad gave me that box.
It's like you were born talented.
Yes.
Ah.
And then you had great, your grandfather and your father there as great role models.
They called me a master. I'm very humble. I don't like to call myself great.
Call yourself
Well, let us
great.
do it. You
You're
are great.
But when my grandfather called me a master, to me that was a big thing.
Yes.
Because in art, you only consider yourself an artist when you are recognized by either your peers or someone who's already a master themselves.
Yes.
And my grandfather, who was already a role model, called me a master. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
my grandfather just called me a
That
master.
meant
That's
so
right.
much to you. Yeah.
So that was my upbringing was both fun, and I've always tell people I don't ever remember a time that was sad in my lifetime as a child,
Okay.
because we were always doing something. We were always busy.
Keeping you busy.
Uh-huh.
My father would would get upset if one of us was like,
Oh.
"Oh, it's even on my show."
Exactly.
Because you can't be sad around my father. He was funny. He was a man of the world. I thought he was James Bond.
Aw.
So my dad was an extraordinary role model in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And then come my mother when I came to America.
Okay.
Because my mom, she's more than my hero.
Mm.
She's my support. She's just everything. There aren't any
Yes.
words to describe my mother.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Because she was everything.
Too many
Yes.
words.
We understand completely.
Every word, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have
we
any
understand.
brothers or sisters, Patrick?
Oh boy, do
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
With my father being a player.
Yeah.
He was there. He was out there. How many?
Ooh. Well, last time I counted, I think it was around the hundreds, 124.
Oh, stop
Stop it.
I can't.
What?
My dad has a lot of children.
What?
Yeah.
And he's serious with it.
Oh yeah. But actually, what was good about my father, it didn't matter how long ago he's seen this child, but when you see them, they look exactly like me. We all look alike.
Like.
And one thing he always does is take care of his children.
Mm.
Well,
It
that's
doesn't
good.
matter because he had money based on his sculptures.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know if I don't know if you're young enough or if you've been to Haiti ever. In the airport, there was a giant, massive root of a tree that was sculpted by my father.
By him?
That was in the airport in display. I don't know if it's
Oh,
still there.
wow. Yeah, we've been there a
We
few
were young,
times.
yeah.
But
But,
I can't
so
recall.
he had money to if somebody would come, he'd just
Give it to them
Yeah.
to help.
make sure
Mhm.
you take care of
Taking
yourself.
care of them.
That's good. Do you know these 124?
24.
No,
27
I
kids?
know quite a bit though. I know at least 60 because especially now through
Yeah.
you
Facebook.
know, the internet. And
Okay.
all that,
Mm-hmm.
they find because of the name, I guess,
Yes.
and whom I represent now, so they find me a little easier.
That's
you know,
wonderful.
just by googling my name or by googling their name and
Mm-hmm.
realize that they have an artist person
Yeah.
in there.
And they might be artists as well.
They
I'm
might
sure.
be.
Actually, if you are Noze, if you have that signature, you don't have an artistic skill. There's a problem.
Something's wrong.
Vous en coup de petit.
Exactly.
You're a fake.
Exactly.
So do y'all ever have like a family reunion? Have y'all ever thought of doing something like that?
No, well, actually, I would love to,
Yeah.
but we're so scattered all over. It's
Yeah.
like all over the world.
It's hard to
even.
do.
It's hard to do,
Yeah.
you know. But my family are one that we may not see each other forever,
Exactly.
but the very day we see each other, it's as
Like-
if we've never
The
separated.
interaction is like you never left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're happy, you know, kind of family.
Mm-hmm. At 12, you became this, is it an international? Was it international or national for this painting that you did, the Raga?
Yeah, oh, oui,
At 12?
At 12. Actually, it was younger, I believe,
Wow.
if not. Gaga was because why Gaga? You might even ask. Because Gaga, I love dancing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know, Gaga in our culture is vulgar.
Yes.
In a sense.
Yes.
The word cursing and the dancing. And I love the dancing part.
Okay.
So my dad would not allow me to go to Gaga.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when Vendredi Saint, which is like, what is that, Good Friday in
Yes.
Haiti? They have Gaga, especially we grew up in Thomasin.
You couldn't go?
There, I couldn't go, but I could hear them passing by.
Right.
So when he gave me that box of paint, he says, paint something.
Mm.
First thing that came to mind was
Was
what I
that?
could not do.
Right.
So an artist tends to paint what they're feeling, what they mostly in need of,
Mm-hmm.
because art is an antidote for our suffering, for our happiness.
Okay.
So if I'm happy, you're gonna see it in my art. If
Right.
I'm sad, you're gonna see it in my art.
Mm-hmm.
So my friends, people who are close to me, when they see my paintings, they're like, "Something wrong, Patrick? Are you okay?"
Right. 'Cause it's
they
coming
could tell
out
It's very,
through
it's
your
very. You
paintings.
could see it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I painted Rara, there was a tourist that came to the house.
Okay.
He came to get gold, because in Haiti we have a mountain full of gold.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad would go with his truck, and these people would put a bunch of rocks and come to the house, but the rocks were gold. So he saw me painting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm very comfortable at home. So I'm buck naked.
And he walks in.
Fancy
He
and
was
free.
saying it, but first thing he was like, "Wow!" He called me a modist. Only when I became older that I understood why.
Uh-huh.
Because I captured all the movements, the whining, you could, I think if you had
Everything.
sound, these people would start moving.
Yeah.
And at that age, he said, he said, you know, Robert, he called my father, he spoke English, I didn't know what he was saying, but it all sounded like, before I knew it, he gave a giant green looking money, which I thought, my dad told me he was going to hold it for me, and he would give it to me eventually.
Yeah.
You never
yeah.
saw it.
I saw it in Candid, but it was $50. So that painting became
Wow.
a big deal. But so that painting also was the first time I painted something based on the Haitian culture.
Okay.
Because when I come to America, I became exposed not to art that I could relate to because
Right.
I'm a black person, Haitian person, and all I am studying is fine arts.
Right.
That only shows you the
Right.
Renaissance period,
There you
the
go.
Baroque
Correct.
period,
Mm-hmm.
Rococo, and you don't relate. But you could only think, well, I better do it, so they
'Cause
know
that's
I could
what-
do it
Right.
also.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as
So
a
you
black
had to stop that.
Mhm.
You had to stop what
Oh,
you
yeah.
knew
Oh yeah.
and change it up a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
Let's talk about these the gold.
Oh, these golds.
Tell me about
they
this
still have
gold.
them. We have. That's why I spoke about Haiti being the richest place. We're not poor. People
Right.
keep saying we're the
A lot of
poorest.
people think so.
The media, we need to correct that.
Right.
Because in Haiti, there's a mountain called Mount Saint Nicholas.
Mm-hmm.
Mount Saint Nicolas, it's a mountain of gold, technically. My dad would go truckloads of rocks, but in the rocks you see the gold inside them. If you break them,
Right. And
so we would use them. We'd kick them around because
Right.
they would be all over the house.
Wow.
As at one point, my father's wife at the time used them in the garden.
The
Oh,
gold
wow.
rocks.
Lots of gold
Isn't
in
that
the
something?
garden. Yeah, but we have a mountain of gold. In
I'm
fact,
sure it's
so
gone
much
right
so,
now.
You have a lot of people, big people like the Clintons, Rockefeller,
Right.
from the past. These people went to Haiti
To get this gold.
to
To get the
exploit
gold.
it because
Right.
Americans are the only ones who could walk. Any foreigners can walk out with things from Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Right.
we the Haitian people can't.
Can't.
Yeah.
Isn't
Is
that
that-
something though?
Yeah, it's funny
Why is that?
they cannot? We cannot exploit our own land, our own world, our own country.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's very true there.
You're hoping for a change. What about this latest thing with the president?
That was shocking because
Yeah.
I'm not a politician.
Yes.
are we?
However,
No, we aren't either.
for Haitians, I think that was a wake-up call.
Yes.
I hope so.
Okay, to wake up from your comfort zone.
My
Yes.
goodness.
Because when something goes wrong, stop burning the place up.
Yes.
It's already down.
Right.
Don't destroy it.
Right.
But I think that was a wake-up call for many people
Mm-hmm.
that can say, "Oh man, that happens
That's
in
To the
my
president.
You know,
Come on.
so none of us are on.
Right.
Exempt
We
from
can be
that.
touched.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the
So it
earthquake.
was sad
after
in a
earthquake.
sense.
Yeah.
It was
Very
sad.
sad.
Very.
Very sad.
The
Yeah,
earthquake now that took place,
Mm-hmm.
the first quake that took place in 2010, my
Right.
reaction, there was a painting I painted.
Mm.
I called it Mother Haiti,
Okay.
which represented the ancestors of Haiti and the present, the now,
Mhm.
and everything that we sort of stood for got destroyed in one shot. And Mother Haiti is with her hand crumbling
Oh man.
with a rock, and she's crying.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So that painting, I didn't think it would be relevant. What?
Isn't that
It's
something?
been over 2010
years.
to 12 years ago.
Mhm.
Wow.
So that earthquake, especially that earthquake, took place where I was born,
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Your
Jérémy,
hometown.
my hometown, in the south of Haiti. So when they show all these images and the news or
Yeah.
YouTube, I left there a long time ago, but I
Yes.
can relate. I see my grandfather's house, although it was
Right.
standing.
Right.
I saw it in the.
Oh my goodness.
It brought back memory. What can I do? I wish I could do more.
Of course.
You know, sometimes as someone, I think, as someone of my standard, where I have some influence, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but is it enough to
Right.
help in a situation?
Exactly.
No, because you can't do it alone.
can't do it by
it's going
yourself.
to take more than just you.
Teamwork, collaboration. Yes. To get this
That's
done.
right.
Wow.
That's it.
Did that trigger you in any kind of way? Do you have family still there?
Well, especially in Jérémy, my family is still there, but everybody was okay.
Okay,
Thank
good.
goodness.
My sister, she was affected by the first earthquake in Haiti in 2010.
Yeah.
She sold everything from America and moved to Haiti. She built a giant house. That giant house almost killed her.
Oh my gosh.
One of the center poles fell and
Hit her in the
hit
head.
her in the head. There was a giant gap there.
So she's okay?
She's okay.
Yeah.
But you know, to recover from something like that, especially in Haiti,
Yes.
Right.
you know, it's
gonna
very
take a long-
difficult.
yeah.
It's very difficult.
Right.
So, but you know, you could only the people who live, the Haitian people,
Mm-hmm.
or the Haitian American, or the Haitian French. I don't know how you say
Right.
the francophone.
Mm-hmm.
We are, in a sense, the support of these people in the back,
Right.
back there in Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Haiti is not poor, but the exploitation of
There
Haiti
you go.
is being taken by some of us who are there,
Yes.
but the
Which is
majority
very-
of it is by foreigners.
Very
Exactly.
unfortunate.
You know, when these countries are invading or going to Haiti, they're not going there for their health.
Right.
They're
Right.
going for their wealth.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. You know what? While we're talking, we have this canvas here.
Ah.
Would you like to do a little painting?
Aha. Good.
How about that?
Ah, let me see. Ah, dun, 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 dun. Well, let me take this jacket off.
There goes the ratings. They're going up.
There's a jacket, baby. Pow! Zoom. Let me see.
Okay.
So now painting, as you know, is my life.
Yes.
And one of the things that anything that goes wrong in my life, the first thing I do is find a canvas.
Wow.
Yeah.
And since we have an empty canvas
Yes.
here
Yes.
today, and we're in the subject of Haiti,
Yes.
and oh, why am I starting with water?
Yeah. Why are you starting with water?
Ah, well, there's the old technique. As you know, I'm trained in the European style of painting.
Okay.
So everything we do as artists, we paint. If this was oil, this would be linseed oil being placed on the canvas first. And let me find a color that's pertinent to. I don't want to dirty any
Yes.
easel.
Yes.
I'm gonna put the color right on the canvas.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it as I was teaching
Okay.
one of my students. When I teach my children,
Mm-hmm.
the kids that I teach, or anyway, even the adults,
Okay.
Okay.
I teach them to be free.
Yes.
Because in art, you don't want to restrict yourself. You don't want to,
Yes.
you know, oh my God, let me try
Exactly.
this. Let me, let me put a little
But
this
amateurs, we
here.
can't help it. We have to do that.
No, amateurs have to be free. like
Okay.
that.
Uh-oh.
Be free. Okay.
So the
Just
reason,
let it flow.
Yes.
That's right. That's why I put the water.
Like your hair in the wind.
So you just going at it, you know.
Okay.
So if you're thinking about Haiti and the suffering, you might sing a song. "La ti bonito, Haiti's malade.
Yes.
That's
And
right,
You
it
can't
is.
go because you live here in America.
Yes.
So I'm gonna take my.
Okay.
Le mot arrivé, moi je viens Haïti trembler. Ah.
That's true. That is the case.
Le mot
Shaking.
arrivé, moi viens Haïti crasé.
Yeah. Broken.
Ça fait la peine oh, pour m'aller Haïti. You don't want to go because you don't have any ability to do anything for the country.
Right.
So why do you go?
Yeah. Put yourself in jeopardy.
That's right. Or even perhaps it's best to just stay here and send what you can.
Exactly.
That's true.
Send what you
Yeah.
can back home.
So what do you feel? Here they are. They haven't even recovered
That was
from.
the tube.
Yes. You see it from the last earthquake, and then all of a sudden, here they
And
get
then you
another.
went
Here they go
another
again.
one. Yeah.
So this will take longer
Yeah.
to recover.
Yeah, it's but Haiti though, although all these demise, all these terrible things are happening to her, she's a country that never falls.
She continues to
I have a
stand.
painting that's called Haiti Will Rise Again.
Yes.
These paintings, whenever I create them, people buy them very quickly.
Yes.
So and it's because we are perseverance.
That's right.
I can never say that word. You know.
Yes,
I'm-
perseverance.
Resilient.
You know. Oh, can you go?
Fighters.
We are fighters.
We do not
You know.
stop.
We even when we have our men, our machouet.
Mm-hmm.
You guys
Yes,
don't know what that
you
is.
got it.
When you have your hands and your cheeks and a taut
Like
and
this.
yes, like that. Let me see, let me see.
It's a nice painting right there.
and people people don't realize, as adults, we are thinking, when we have our hands in our cheeks, we are thinking of the next thing to do.
That's right. What's
of a
the next step?
solution.
Yeah.
Because sadness doesn't always mean the end.
Right.
Correct.
It doesn't.
Your demise depends on one person alone,
Yourself.
yourself.
Absolutely.
right.
So until you don't think you can anymore, you've given up.
Right.
But it's not up to us oftentimes. I like your hair. Perhaps I should add your hair.
Well, go ahead.
Let me see. Now notice I paint very free.
Yes,
I'm
you
not
do.
Restricted.
And
all
that
over the
brush
place.
is just floating.
Yeah, and it was with one brush. I haven't changed the brush.
Wow.
And it's floating
Yeah,
on the
just-
canvas.
Just let it flow.
Isn't
Yeah.
that something?
Just let it flow.
But Patrick, what type of
Exactly.
art do you actually specialize in?
Impressionism.
Impressionism.
Impressionistic style painting. These are
How you feeling?
styles that we are not supposed to know how to do.
Okay.
But since going to school, one of the good things about an artist is going to school, because
So
the
pretty.
talent is natural. You are born with the talent,
Yes.
However, knowing the
Wow.
knowing the process of what you're doing, right? So that's what is important.
Yeah.
So because I know about impressionistic style, I know how to apply it.
Okay.
So I'm more comfortable with the big brush. Look at that.
Yes.
And the important thing is knowing what you're doing with it. So it's very important.
Well, you were born with it, number one.
Yeah.
Then you went to school
My
for
goodness.
it.
So I went to
So-
school 8 years
Yeah.
for art. Funny, when I graduated college,
Uh-huh.
my mom went. My biggest hero. She went to the graduation,
Okay.
and she said, "Patrick, I don't understand. Why is it everybody is saying art, 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 art? All your awards you get, fine art, fine art, fine art." I said, "Mom, I did not go to law school.
Yeah.
I went to art
Art
school."
school.
Yeah.
So Dimla.
She was upset
She was upset a
because
little
she
bit.
wanted you to be an
She
attorney,
wanted me
right?
to
Law
be an
school.
attorney.
Oh.
So she called my cousin, whose father raised me.
Okay.
My cousin Mami, who's now rest in peace.
Yeah.
Sorry for your loss.
Mommy got called, and I'm in trouble. Of course. Mommy, Patrick, she's telling her I went to art school instead of
Law school.
Law school.
law school. So Mommy is like devastated. Everybody's devastated.
Yes.
But when I showed them my portfolio, because I never did, Mommy went with me to a store of art, an art store,
And brought more.
bought more.
Yes.
Yeah.
She saw your
Because she
talent.
saw the great
She
work.
said-
Yes.
And then she said, "Ma tante Luce," this is my mother's name. Auntie Luce. L'effort is good.
Yeah, he's very good.
So let him live his dream.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. That was nice.
So I still have all the materials she bought for me.
Oh, my goodness.
Mommy.
Is your mom still living?
No,
Yes.
she took off at 92.
Yeah.
Notice I
Okay.
said
Took
off.
off. That's right.
Yes.
My mom.
see her again.
My mom would not want me to say, "Oh, she died."
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
My mama died.
Yeah. You'll see
Because
her again.
man, she says, in fact, before she died, she prepared me.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Patrick, I'm dying," because the nurses, they say, "Your mom is dying. She's
Okay.
gonna, the system is slowing down."
Yes.
And for you to prepare. So my mom called. I went to visit her. She says to me, "My son, petit moi, m'a mouru. I'm dying. I don't want you to be sad.
Be
Yeah.
strong.
Be strong, because I
Yes.
know you're a weakling."
Really?
I said, "Well, Mom, I'm an artist. I'm a softie, you know."
Yes.
Not only that, you love your mother.
I know. So she says, "I want you to be strong." So I left. I left Miami. I
Yeah.
came to Orlando, and then she took off. She passed on.
She took off.
Okay.
You know.
You'll see her again.
Oh yeah. So I always feel whenever I paint something, my mom is with me. You know.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because she's like I'm creating this tree type.
This is just so beautiful. You should see.
Thank
This is
you.
beautiful.
I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very important to have your parents supportive
Absolutely.
Definitely.
of you.
Yes. I agree.
So
That means everything. You want to make your parents
Proud.
proud.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
her vision
My-
for you
yeah,
was
my-
not what you wanted.
That's right. My dad was equally as proud of me.
Of course, he should.
And each time I've made achievements, for example, some great achievements, or even with this COVID thing going on, my paintings are in an Oprah Winfrey series called David Makes Man.
That's my
That's what-
show.
Congratulations.
That's my show.
So if you're
Congratulations.
at the Haitian restaurant,
Yes.
season 2, the paintings in the background, all Patrick
Beautiful.
Noze's paintings. There are about 18
Congratulations.
That's a big,
18 paintings of mine.
big deal.
Congratulations for
Yeah,
that.
it's a big
It's a
deal.
big deal.
On the own
I-
network.
So when these things happen in my life, notice I'm only using a few colors.
We see
Yes.
that
Just keeping it, because you don't need color to be colorful.
because you know what colors to. You know what to
That's
mix.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
You don't need color to be colorful.
You know your base colors, and then you can mix them and change.
But what I want to know is when you have this brush in your hand,
Mm-hmm.
how do you feel? I know you said you feel free, but what are you thinking?
You know, in the Bible, there's
Yeah.
a man named David.
Yes,
He was a small fellow.
just a small fella.
He destroyed a man named
Goliath.
Goliath. And one of the things with David, though, he became a fighter.
Yes.
When David has his sword in his hands, his sword became part of his hands.
Right. That's your
My
extension.
brush became an
Okay.
extension
Yes.
of my hands.
Wow.
So I could do this with my eyes
Eyes closed.
I'm
I was
sure
gonna
you
say
can.
that.
If
I could
I
see
wanted
it.
to.
Wow.
Yeah. Not only that, but years of it. How many years
Yes.
now?
I want to say I'm 58. I'm never
Oh,
afraid
you're
of
so
saying
young.
my age.
hmm
I'm 58.
Why not?
So since I was 5, so that's a long time. I'm lousy and mad, but but
Wow.
it's a while now.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful while.
Beautiful. Then you have the children's books.
Yeah, the children's book. There's
The
a
illustration.
company called Educa Vision under the Modern. In fact, this company is the only Haitian publishing company
Oh, really?
that has sold over $1 million worth of books
Oh, wow.
in 1 year.
What's their name?
Educa Vision.
Educa Vision.
Educa Vision.
Nice.
Mhm. And it's aimed to educate children because, you know, when you watch Cinderella, Cinderella is white. When
Yes.
you watch anything that's beautiful,
Mm.
Snow White.
Right.
Absolutely.
So instead of having Snow White, we had Anita Soleil,
There you go.
you know?
Yeah, because brown is nice. It's beautiful too.
That's right. We have to remind children
Yes.
that you don't have to have
Thank
a
you.
white anything.
Yes.
Just white to be,
I totally agree.
to be beautiful.
They're good enough no matter
You're
what
good
shade
enough.
there are.
So I always, like my daughter, if she wanted to wear weaves or things like that, I disagree. I mean, everybody to
Of
to
course,
their own.
of course.
I
You want it
would
to be in your
rather that
natural
they
state.
don't. You be
Yourself.
natural
Yes.
because
You're born with it. Be yourself.
Yeah, that's
But-
kind of like denying. Who
There you
are.
go.
I don't want to.
Society. That's what
Society
actually
done that
frames
to
your
us.
mind.
You know, and the maker of these things are laughing
There you
at
go.
us because
They're
we
rich.
They're
buying
making
them,
money.
they're making them rich, and you assume that man is gonna be more. You're gonna find you more attractive
And you're denying yourself.
by doing that.
Yeah.
That's no good.
You're,
No.
you're denying yourself.
Yes.
Yourself. Just be who you are.
I like this little painting is taking me.
This is
away.
beautiful.
You know what? That's what we did as well, though. You know, with the silky long hair and the relaxers.
That's right.
And
As
then
a
after-
boy, I was. The first time I did that, I actually, when I did it, it became the style. So I figured, well, let me be a stylish. So the minute I did it, people began to compare me to a Spanish person because I have a sort of a in New York, my skin is lighter,
Of course. Isn't
and
that
when
weird?
I did that, that's very beautiful.
It
I
is.
look like a Spanish person.
Yes.
So
Are you mixed?
They were asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
my family on my mother's side are mulattoes,
Uh-huh.
and my father's side a little darker, but not too much so.
We have the same in ours.
Yeah. So, I'm liking this.
But it seems like within the last, I think, like 5 years.
I'd say
maybe?
5, yeah.
Maybe 5 years. My sister started that process first with the natural hair.
Yeah, that's
then
very
I,
important to
Then
me.
I stopped the relaxer and I started doing,
Yeah.
natural hair,
Yeah.
and I fell in love with it.
Yeah, she
That's
did.
very important for us.
Yes.
And I
Embrace
always
it.
I always say, in the art world especially, they say, well, art history, there's no black art, right? In our history. It's up to us to put it in there.
Yes.
Right.
Where's your book? You wrote a book.
There you go.
That's right.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Because I, or somebody who can relate to what you wrote
Right.
as a black person, are going to look at that book and relate and maybe help them.
Yes.
So you cannot blame, don't play the blame game. Because in history, you have to write your own
You
destiny.
have to.
Correct.
You have to write your own culture. You have to write, you have to talk about you.
Correct.
That's why I paint the things I do.
Yeah.
Because when I die, when God decided to give me a call, guess what? I have left something behind as
You
a
have.
legacy
Absolutely.
that somebody could go. Imagine Haiti went down under. Haiti is no longer, that earthquake destroyed Haiti.
Yeah.
We have nothing to show. This is Haiti.
Right.
This is recording your civilization.
It's true.
I love it.
So
Yeah.
oftentimes people say, Patrick, you only paint, Haitian people. You don't
You
paint
keep-
any flowers or whatever.
You're keeping it alive.
You gotta paint.
Yeah.
You gotta paint what you feel. You don't paint because people want you to paint
Right.
anything.
You paint what
You
you feel.
paint what you feel. You know.
But you're continuing in the legacy. Your grandfather,
My
your
grandfather.
father, now you. Do any of your children paint?
Yeah, they all.
Well, how
do.
many children do you have?
Really?
We didn't say that.
I have five
Ooh.
kids.
Well, at least you don't have 120,
24.
125.
Yeah, I try to control that. Funny, that's why my mother kept me in America. When I came to visit.
Uh-huh.
She said, oh, "You're not going back," because I was beginning to act like.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
she said, let me pull you away
she
from
said,
that.
you're
We
not
reel you
going
back
back to Haiti. You're staying here.
Mhm.
So, which was good and bad at the same time because I began to know what living is. In other words, in Haiti, I didn't have to do anything.
Exactly.
I had maids here,
That's
maids
right.
there, and so then I began to know what perhaps discomfort in terms of maybe not being able to have something that I want.
Right.
Okay.
So that was because that was the life. I mean, it doesn't matter if you were rich or if you were. My mother was a teacher in
Right.
Haiti, but guess what? In America, you are whatever you're gonna
You have to
survive.
do.
You do what you have to
What
do.
you have to
survive.
do.
You
Yeah.
do.
So she had to leave me home by myself. Oh, I'm liking this.
I do too. The
She
color.
had to
Beautiful.
leave me home by myself, and one day, she would sleep at her job.
She was so tired,
So
right?
one day she came home, and my mom. I'm sorry,
You're falling in love with
this
it.
is taking me to another land. So my mother came home one day, and I said, "Ma, I cook you something."
Yes.
So she said, "Petit, my, wonderful." She kept doing this. Oh my God! What did you cook?
Yeah.
Patrick, what did you cook? I said, Mom, I went to the grocery store and I saw this can.
Yeah.
I took the can and I put a piece in there and they said, oh my God, that's dog food. That's dog food.
Oh my gosh! Was it? You didn't know?
I didn't know I was eating puppy chow for a long time.
Oh,
You know what? I can't.
Are you telling the truth?
Serious?
What?
So my mom
Oh
quit
my
her
God.
job. It was overnight. She would sleep there.
Okay.
And then she cooked me chicken and made me eat.
I can't.
My son
I cannot.
He's
puppy
eating
chow.
dog food.
Yeah.
I said-
my God.
So she stopped working. I notice I'm painting with my
I
finger.
see that. So the finger is better
Oh,
than the
yeah.
brush, huh?
Yeah, you feel the painting now, because now the painting is becoming
Wow.
exactly what I envisioned.
It's beautiful.
So I'm giving her life.
Good for you.
But Patrick, since you just mentioned that, so is there any time that you feel that you need to bark?
Whenever I told my daughter the joke, she's like, "Oh my God, Dad!" I said, "Be careful, you might have inherited a dog."
never know.
she's there." But yeah, so my mom, she stopped working so she could take care of me,
Yes.
and my life was I think I'm gonna stop because there's such a thing as destroying the painting.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's me.
So-
It's perfect enough.
You gotta stop. You gotta know when to stop.
Yes.
Such as life,
Yes.
you know.
Look at there.
So today is the 7th,
7.
Yes.
and voila.
There you go.
This painting is signed
Signed, sealed, delivered.
Look how pretty
Sealed.
that is.
and
Beautiful.
delivered to this wonderful show.
Beautiful.
That's
Thank
so
you.
just amazing.
Beautiful.
My
Wow.
gift to you,
Thank
an original
you.
Patrick Noze.
Yes. That's going to be
Listen,
worth
the
so
children.
much.
I want to hear about this. So all the children, all your kids paint?
All of them. All of them. One of them is a singer. He's
Oh.
a filmmaker. Jonathan, the oldest. Well, he's not the oldest.
Yes.
The old. I'm sitting down now.
Yes, perfect.
Oh, I like that painting.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. All of them paint. My youngest one was 14.
Mm-hmm.
She's always with me. Whatever video I do on
Yeah.
Instagram, etc. She paints. Her entire room is
She's painted it. It's got murals.
paintings everywhere, and
That's nice.
I can't think of one that doesn't paint. Who's artistic. I have
That is
Jessica.
nice.
She creates these phenomenal pillows. She'll
Mhm.
send this pillow
Mhm.
to this magnificent thing.
Mm.
Stephanie, she's a nurse administrator of sorts.
Okay.
Now she flips houses. She's
Good
That's
for
right.
her.
making big
That's
money
the
in it.
business. Yes.
She once told me, I make so much money, Dad. I don't know what to do with it. I say, my address is over.
That's right. Not even address. My bank
My
account.
bank account.
There you
I
go.
should've
Routing
thought about
number.
that,
Yes.
you know?
That is
But she's a
wonderful.
good- my children are all very, very independent.
Yes.
You know, some of them, of course, I wish I had more time with them.
Of
course.
course. Yeah.
But life
Mhm, I
takes you
know,
to different
yeah.
routes.
That's true.
you know.
That means you taught them well, though. Y'all did a great job
Yeah.
raising them if they're.
But, well, their mother, I think their mother did
Yeah.
better than
Okay.
I.
Well, that's
because
good.
of my absence.
Yes.
But, they respect and love me.
That's
yes.
good. Yes.
That's what matters right there.
Mhm.
You
And
did your
guess-
job.
And guess what? When you're not here anymore, the legacy continues.
Continues.
Yeah.
It continues.
It
The
continues.
nose
The
legacy
nose.
will
Yeah.
continue.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. What a great gift.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's in the genes. It's in the
Oh,
genes.
yeah.
Yeah. So do you still, I know we were blessed and privileged to attend one of your classes.
Yes.
And it was so much fun. So do you still do classes, workshops?
I do classes privately.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
okay.
In fact, I have one I have to set up for next week.
Okay.
Families call and have it done at their home
Yes.
Okay.
because they don't want the public
Of course.
thing.
Of
Yeah.
course.
And I feel in agreement with them. because
Yes.
You don't want to put people at risk.
No.
You know.
No.
And I'm a hugger. I
Yeah.
go close to my clients and we tell jokes. You know, I love telling jokes.
You love to tell jokes.
And I don't feel because I go by my feelings.
Okay.
I almost opened when they say, "Oh, you could stop
Uh-huh,
wearing
right.
your mask."
Aren't you glad you didn't?
I
My God,
didn't. I would
yeah.
have lost money, and I would have
Yeah.
have to shut down again because
Exactly.
nobody's going.
No.
So I'm waiting for the call
Yes.
from that guy up there.
That's
Yes,
right.
there
To
you
say
go.
it's time.
There you go.
It's time.
Mhm.
Because
Good.
right now, it's happening still. It's in mobile. I call it a mobile type thing.
Mhm.
I get a call, Patrick. I have 18 people. I have 25.
Right.
Okay.
Can you are you available? And
Mhm.
I want my family to have some fun.
You
them
make it
laugh.
happen.
Yeah, just
So they become more personal because they send their one of the ladies. She sends her mother and so we're gonna paint her mother that day.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
So and I thank God I have the
Yes.
ability to teach them
Yes.
That's
to
good.
do a portrait,
Hmm.
and which is not an easy thing to do. You
Mhm.
know.
it's
But you
not
do
easy.
more than that, though.
Yes.
Oh,
You,
yeah.
like I said, you have the children's books.
Mhm.
Then you also have the auto.
Exotic auto repairs. Philip and I, we were talking, just actually joking.
Uh-huh.
But I know he's very serious. When he says something, he does it.
He means it. Mhm.
And I thought, so hey, Pat, look for a place.
Right.
All right, look for a place. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. So I say, okay, because if you tell me, I'm gonna go.
Right.
Right.
And we found a place. I called him immediately. Philip, we got a place. What? Go for it. Go for it. Let's meet the guy. Let's do it.
Oh, wow.
And there it is.
And sure enough, blessings. Actually, it's much more than we expected.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
good.
fell into tears because
Oh.
I have two passions: cars
Mm-hmm.
and art.
Okay.
Art is always first.
Yes.
Art is my ultimate sacrifice because when I went to school for art,
Mm-hmm.
it was a sacrifice because of my color.
Okay.
Because no one of my color
Was there?
wanted to be there
Mhm.
and knew there would be nothing of it for them.
Right.
So I went to school at night. So I was going to school during the day, school at night.
Mm.
Okay.
And I So now I'm doing both.
That's
Isn't that
good.
something?
Yeah.
You're doing both dreams.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Both dreams become a reality in
Wow.
a sense,
Yes.
and that's phenomenal.
Mm.
Because oftentimes people see you, they don't realize what you had to do to
Correct.
get where
To
you
where
are.
you are.
They don't.
They like question, oh,
Mhm.
I've
Mhm.
had people, I have paintings that are $1 million.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, uh-oh,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
something, you
Uh-huh.
know.
Right.
But I
Right.
often say, well, why don't you Google my name
There
and
you
you'll
go.
see why it's that much.
Exactly. They don't know what you
It's-
put into it.
It's time we need to start giving ourselves value. Because
We
you have
have
to value
to.
your worth
Correct. For
for
others.
everybody else. to value.
Absolutely.
Totally agree.
And as an artist, we are not supposed to put prices on our paintings.
Mm-hmm.
A gallery, a museum, etc.,
Mm-hmm.
does that. That's why you
Okay.
have collectors, or that's why you have art folks that
Okay.
that supplies
Uh-huh.
other people with art.
Mm-hmm.
They create the price. So
Okay.
the painting I have that's $1 million. It's appraised. 12 years ago. Everything's
goodness.
happening 12 years ago. That's
Yeah.
something.
Mm-hmm.
12 years ago.
12 is your lucky number.
Well, actually 11, I thought.
Yeah.
I even have a tag that says Noze 11 in
Oh,
my
okay.
Jaguar. The painted Jaguar. That's why I
Yeah.
didn't say the name.
Yeah.
But
Beautiful.
you know, you have to get this appraiser to come and appraise a painting to know what it's worth.
What is the value?
So in the case of the painting that's $1 million, it's a Combat de Vertières, Bataille de Vertières, which is how we won our independence.
Okay.
So it's a very significant painting historically. So that painting was also the way I learned how to be Haitian, the way I learned about my culture.
Really?
Yes.
Because I came to America, you forget about everything.
Yeah. And you were
Yeah.
young.
I
How
was
old
young.
were you?
I was 9,
Remember
but
when
12.
he gave
Yeah.
9
I was
plus
9, but yeah,
Yes.
my dad had to add 3 years so I could fly in the plane.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
yes.
gosh.
So I tried to tell the folks here in America, look, that's not my real age.
Right.
Look, I'm not 40 when I turn 40.
Right.
Yeah.
They didn't want to change it. So,
Yeah.
well, sir, I'm afraid you're going to have to stay like
You're
that.
going to have to stay like
Oh,
that. That's right.
wow.
So I said, well, I tried, you know.
So you're supposed to be 61 right now.
No, I'm supposed to be 55.
Okay. And then the
Yeah,
extra years.
so,
Okay.
I'm 58.
Oh, okay.
So I tell the
Okay.
world because they don't want to change it.
They
It's
weren't
not
going to
my
change
fault.
it. I know somebody else who has that same story.
Yeah, some
a different
of our
culture.
folks, some of our folks, we go backwards or forward or too far forward.
Whatever you need to do.
Yeah, so it takes you longer to retire. or
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, we have an aunt
You
that
pay
way.
for it
Oh,
one way or the other.
Yeah.
You end up paying for it.
something. Yeah,
Right?
anyway.
Wow.
But when I came to America, when I started studying, I went to Pratt Institute, which is a very expensive school. Tuition was okay, except though you had to pay for the rest. You have Pell Grant to back you up a little bit.
Yes.
Back then, I don't know if they still call them the same thing.
Yeah,
A
who
bunch of
knows?
different things
But
now.
so I did a lot of. I drove a taxi cab.
You did what you
a
had to
yellow
do.
Cab. I did
To
what I had
survive.
to do. I even danced.
Oh, I can see it though. I can
believe
see
it.
that.
I was like, that was a lot of money, and I stopped after a while because I got scared. And then I did.
Oh my goodness.
What did I mean? I posed as an artist, as an art model.
Okay.
So one day, I'm standing, you know, and then my professor from this college, the college that I go to, was the one teaching the class.
Oh, God.
He said, make like you don't see me.
Make like you don't see me or know me.
But he was so silly. He was a friend. I never forgot him. Professor Michel. He was a French
Yeah.
professor. So he goes, class, listen. In this area, although petite, he was such a funny guy. But life, you know,
Yes.
you do things sometimes. You say, oh man, I wish I didn't do that.
You're
But
right.
It's already done.
It's done.
at the time, you have no choice.
Yeah.
You
Right.
pay my tuition. Now I don't know. Oftentimes people say, Patrick, you're a well-known artist. Some say even famous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I don't think I am. Because sometimes
You
when
are,
you
though.
are something, you don't feel it.
Of course.
I know I'm an artist.
Yes.
Because I've been recognized as such.
Right.
You know, because in the art world, it says until you are recognized as an artist, you are a layman.
Okay. Well, you're an artist. 'cause
Yeah.
You have definitely
definitely.
been.
I know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's undeniable
Uh-huh.
now. But when I look at the journey,
Mm.
so people sometimes say, well, you should have been father. But it's
Who
been
are
a-
they to say that?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But what they don't realize also, being father, with my abilities and talent, I should have been a mega millionaire. However, when the time is not right, the time
Right.
is not
It's
right.
not going to happen.
But maybe I am a millionaire.
You are, yes.
In your own right.
I
Yes.
do everything I want to do my way.
You're right.
I have no one to answer to.
No.
I like that, Patrick. You are a millionaire.
Yes, you
Yeah.
are.
My father, that's why parents are very important. You tell your children the right words.
Absolutely.
You know what my father called me from the age of 9 years old?
What did he call you?
A barefooted millionaire.
Oh,
There you go.
wow.
Because I love walking.
Yes.
Barefooted.
In
You
the
just like
nude.
to be in the nude.
In the nude.
Exhibitionist.
I'm an executive. So I would walk around the house like this, barefoot, everything. So, and I'm painting. I'm doing great things to him.
Yeah.
He wanted to make sure that I know as a child that I'm important.
You are.
Yes.
That's right.
So even when I go to the most prestigious places, and I've been, thank God,
Mm-hmm.
people should be like, oh my God, this is,
Right.
the
No,
governor.
you
this
know
is-
you're
this is-"
important.
Because I remember one thing he told me, Patrick, I'm going to show you everything in Haiti that is extraordinary. Because we had Ferraris, Lamborghini,
Right.
Everything,
in
right?
Haiti. We had all these cars. I
Right.
don't know why people keep showing that the favela,
Right.
the ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
So he showed me these cars, and he showed me pictures of buildings. He said, when you come to America, I don't want you to be shocked,
Exactly.
and I don't want nothing over anybody
Because we have it here.
to shock you that you're gonna want their thing.
Right, right.
Good.
If they're driving some big deal car,
You can't-
big deal.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
all it is.
Yes.
You get your own.
You can get yours.
Go on.
Yes.
That was good. And we have to
So-
do that. We have to instill that in our children.
Have
Very
to.
important.
Lifts
very
them up.
important. From the way I stand, from the way. If you look at me, that's my dad. I'm me. I'm my father.
Yeah.
I don't look like him like my brothers do,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
but every posture,
Yeah.
Everything.
every
Mannerisms.
mannerism.
Is he still with you?
Nah, he took off.
He took
also.
off.
Okay.
He took off.
Yeah.
Okay.
My dad's story is such a riot. I have to write a book.
Yeah,
about
you
this
have to.
guy.
You
Please
have
do.
I want to know if, because I watch Cake Boss, I don't know if you do, and he injured his hand trying to fix a bowling, something in his bowling alley. If something happened to your hands, would you be able to function? Do you feel that you'd be able to?
It happened before. A car
Oh.
fell on my arm, on my arm.
Yeah.
So this was ripped off.
Oh, my goodness.
So, and I just gotten a contract to do sculptures for the government.
Oh, wow.
So in order for me to do the sculptures, I would need both hands because I have to
Oh my gosh.
use the clay.
Yes, yes.
So what happened?
So what I used instead was a stick.
Oh.
I used the stick, so I would put the clay on the turn stand, and I'm shaping it with the clay, and ended up doing it with one hand.
Mm-hmm.
3 sculptures that I
Oh,
had to,
wow.
and I had 3 months to
That
deliver
took a
them.
while.
Well, you were not going to let that contract go
No,
through.
you can't
No, he
because
had to
they're
pay his
depending
bills.
on you to do
Yeah.
it, and
Right.
then the bills,
There
the
you go.
bills, the dimensions had to be right. Everything had to be perfect
Mm-hmm.
because they're picky people.
Of
Of
course.
course.
So these sculptures,
Yeah.
I have them on YouTube or on my website. One of them, anyway, that I did. It's going around in that sculpture. When I was done, I thank God because I say, well, it shows me that regardless, without a limb,
You can still do it.
functional,
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to do the gift.
That's right.
Because
Wow.
the art is a gift.
Yes,
It
it
is.
is.
And we all artists at our own
In our
hearts.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I agree.
because it's a mind thing.
It is.
Oftentimes. But we are told so much. Yeah, be an artist. Get out. You're gonna
You're
starve.
not going to make any money.
But do you know why they have the word starving artist?
Why is that?
Well, when the camera was invented, it was called the black box.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Before the camera, artists were making megabucks.
Okay.
Millions.
Because
from
they were
kings,
creating
from-
pictures.
They were doing portraits.
Mm-hmm.
So when they created the black box, I mean, I have an accent, so black.
Yes, black. Yes.
Black is black. So the black box took away from artists what was their livelihood,
Yeah.
their wealth.
Mm-hmm.
So artists were no longer they were no longer in need. You could take a
Yeah,
take a picture
right.
of the Pope.
Right.
You don't need to take a portrait of the Pope anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So all the Vatican,
I
you're
see.
good. So we began to lose our value.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why you have art that are like abstract art, Renaissance period is becoming more impressionistic style. Baroque period are becoming more montage styles because we've lost our livelihood.
Yes.
So what
Get
did
it.
the artists have to do? Is be different.
Yes.
You can't
recreate
do realism
themselves.
anymore.
Right.
Impressionistic style to do something like that. A camera can't do that.
No.
You met Pig. I mean, yeah, you
No,
can't do
It's
that.
not going to happen.
It's not gonna happen. I mean, they could do it after Photoshop, after,
Of course.
but not like that.
Right.
So, hence the word starving artist.
Okay.
Mhm. I got
But
it.
an artist doesn't starve unless they want to.
Right.
But
Because you
they
kept
have-
recreating
you
yourself.
recreate. But you have various type of artists, though. You have the commercial,
Mm-hmm.
who paints, sells, but sell it very little.
Okay.
But if you're selling in quantity, you're selling in quantity. I always tell the children that are talented, I say you don't prostitute your art.
There you go.
Very
Wow.
important. And in fine arts, in the schools of fine arts, they
They'll
even
tell you that.
you can't put fine arts in a commercial art. You can't say that word. Fine art is reserved
Okay.
for an artist who
Okay.
was sacrificed.
Mm.
You've made sacrifices. You
Okay.
sacrifice your life, your her livelihood, to be something that, in the eye of the world, you're not gonna make money.
Right.
So each time somebody called me and said, "Patrick, I need a painting," I said, "Thank you, dear Lord," because you want my painting,
Right. Right.
and knowing of what my paintings cost,
Right.
that's big.
Yeah, very big.
Wow.
And oftentimes I don't have to give prices. I don't have to.
Right.
Well, Patrick, if, for example, if I was gonna ask a price, for example, I was gonna ask $5,000.
Right.
Well, Patrick, I only have 10,000, and that's my budget for this.
Okay. You're like, I got it.
Well, I'm
You
gonna
came
give
to the
you
right
painting
place.
of your life. I was only gonna ask 5.
Exactly.
You know, people think I'm expensive, but they made me expensive.
Yes.
Because, I mean, I'm not saying that to lower your prices now. Keep them up. In fact, they're more now. My prices have gone up over the years.
Okay.
Not because of me,
Yeah.
because of exposure,
Yes.
because of whom I've become in the art world. You know,
That's right.
it's. I don't like to toot my own horn sometimes.
Toot it.
Toot it.
Just
Go
toot it.
ahead.
You have to.
Toot.
The things I've done, the accomplishments I've achieved.
Yes.
For someone of my background
Right.
is not expected. I was supposed to probably be in jail or something.
Right, right.
Because I'm a black person.
Yes.
That's
you
the
did it.
expectation.
You overcame it.
You know,
You did it.
I grew up in the middle of Brooklyn, Flatbush,
Okay.
Woodruff Avenue, ghetto where it's
Right.
tough.
Right.
I couldn't walk the street because they'll beat me up. But my friends were quality people.
Okay.
I have this amount of friends.
That's right.
That I
Right.
call my best friends.
That's the
They're
best.
your brothers.
Like, man, some of those guys will do things to me that are more than brothers.
Yeah.
So you have to surround yourself with positive
You
people.
have to. We say that
can't-
all the
yeah.
time.
Positive people
It's very
bring
important.
positive energy.
Absolutely.
And you flourish.
Correct.
And you have to have friends that'll tell you. 'cause
No,
one-
you're
my
wrong.
best friends, they call me Chuko.
Oh.
So one of them wants to beat me up to see if I'll get my belt. You mean to say you sold that thing for that much?
Right.
You know?
Like you're under.
Yeah.
You
So
should
have
they
selling.
protect you. They
Yeah.
defend you.
Yeah.
Right.
You
They
know?
care about you. They
They
support
care
you.
about you. Some friends are even more there to you.
Right.
Then
than
your own
Your own
family.
family.
Those are the ride or
Right?
dies.
You might, I might be celebrated at a place and get home and get called garbage. You know what I mean?
Of
Right.
course.
So
Yeah.
it's a big deal to have the right people
Yeah.
around you.
Well, we're glad you're here.
Oh yes.
Thank
We're
you
glad
for
you
having
made
me.
it through all that, and you're still standing.
Still
and
standing.
Oh.
Continuing the nose
Mhm.
legacy.
No, that's right. The sequels, huh? Oh,
That's
yeah.
beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Patrick, go ahead.
No.
As a retired U.S. Army wife, I want to know. I want to thank you first for your service and sacrifice.
Cool. Thank
What
you.
branch were you in, and how long did you serve?
I served in the army.
Okay.
I was what they call an 11 Mike.
11 months.
When I went though, I went to the military for the wrong reason.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what was the reason?
Well, you remember my cousin who bought all the materials for my
Yeah.
Right.
things? Well, she died
Mm.
she died of some kind of poisoning of an aneurysm.
Okay.
When she died, mommy, she was like, because her father raised me from
Okay.
childhood,
Mm-hmm.
but she was such a beautiful and nice person.
Mm-hmm.
I thought to myself, if mommy dies, why Me who's done nothing in life. What do I?
Aw.
So I say, well, I'm not man enough to commit suicide. Let me go to the military.
Aw.
gosh.
And let you
So
let you
I
die in the
let me go
military
in
is
the
what you
military
thought.
and die, right?
Aw.
When I got to the military, I couldn't die. I was like,
It's not funny.
I went to the gas chamber.
Yes, yes.
They made us
With a mask.
open our mask.
That's right.
Everybody's sick except me.
Really?
Everybody's puking, and
Because that's what
got
usually
up.
happens.
I walk out, and
Yeah.
because I was 30 years old.
Only the strong
And then-
survive.
That's right. And then the sergeant say, "This boy there, you see that fellow just walk out there?" You know. So I went because I thought I would get killed.
And look at this.
And then I did. So when I got there, instead of getting killed, they gave me a brush.
Oh, really?
Oh, I started painting everywhere. I'm like big murals.
Oh my goodness.
I
Wow.
said, God, this is only one thing.
Trying
Yes.
to end your life and
Yes.
look at
So
this.
let me know. So one of the paintings, they have it at the Martin Luther King Museum.
Yes.
So the soldiers, and eventually got hurt
Okay.
soon after basic training.
Oh.
I was gung ho. Let me tell you, I was ready to die and everything. But I have this. We did this exercise, and because of the exercise, something went wrong with my chest.
Oh.
They're assuming it's my heart,
Right, right.
but it's a muscle that's pulled
You pulled a
underneath
muscle.
my heart,
Mhm.
and it's called my diagnosis is chest wall pain.
Okay.
So I could be talking and I can't laugh. I'm a laughter. I love laughing.
Yeah.
But I have to certain time it it makes it like you have a chest
Like you're
your-
having a
your
heart
is-
attack or something.
So they misdiagnosed as a heart attack.
Oh.
So I'm there laying at the Martin Luther King Hospital in Fort Benning, Georgia, and they came. The Captain Walton, he says to me, "Private," because I went in after college.
Okay.
So after basic training, I would become an officer. So he comes and say, "Private, we're gonna have to give you medical discharge."
Discharge, yeah.
You know.
Well, at least you got
That's
a
the way
medical
he said it.
Yeah.
Medical discharge.
discharge, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Who?
Yeah.
I said medical discharge. I said crying because I was so
You
good.
were ready.
I was ready to go. and
Yes.
we were being ready to go to one of the Gulf War.
Okay.
Yes.
We were gonna
See how
go.
things
I was
happen, though?
ready. I was all ready. And in fact, funny thing, we were going to invade Haiti to get rid of one of those presidents. I think it was.
Oh my
He
God.
said get rid of one of those
That was-
presidents.
So here we are. We're getting ready. Oh, gun ho! Whoa, yeah. And then, but the American boys who only know Haiti as a voodoo place.
Right, right.
Okay.
So instead of, I was a bad Haitian guy then because I told him instead of telling him, no man, this is not the way it is. I said, what? If you shoot at a Haitian, the bullet
Come
get
back to you.
Oh, my gosh.
goodness.
No, we're gonna die.
We don't want to go.
I said, I'm not gonna die. I'm Haitian. It doesn't work on me.
Oh, wow.
But you better don't shoot.
Oh my
Don't
goodness.
shoot.
You are too
So
much.
I drove them crazy.
Yeah.
But interesting, I was going to invade my own country. I was like, okay.
It wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, but we were trained for it, but it didn't happen.
Right.
Yeah.
But the military was. I went in with a negative mind frame.
Yes.
And I came out, although hurt,
Yes.
but it sort of woke me up.
Yeah.
To get out
That's
of
good.
it, you know,
Yes.
That's good.
a woke up call.
Yeah.
But they're very good. They called me to make sure I have the COVID-19 shot.
Oh,
That's right.
Nice. Yeah.
That's
So,
right.
This is the Veterans Affairs Bureau.
That's right.
We're calling to see if you're. Can you remind us of your?
They take care of their own. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They're,
That's good.
Well, we
Oh,
thank you. We just thank you for your
Always
service.
got glad
Yes.
to have served.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a selfless person to do that.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. My son just went in, well, in October,
Oh wow,
but he's in the Navy.
Navy.
Navy,
Yeah. I think it's good for young men.
Navy. I can't swim. I couldn't go.
Yeah, I
You
definitely
got
can.
you need to take a swimming class.
No, I'm petrified of water. Two things I'm petrified of. People always ask me, Patrick, what don't you do? I say I don't swim, and I don't like mathematics. I
that's
fear-
me too.
I have a fear of numbers.
Me too.
If you start pumping numbers, I'm gonna
Forget
have a
it.
heart
Forget it.
attack.
I don't like it.
I'm starting to sweat. Funny thing, in order for me to graduate, mathematics
You
was
had
the
to pass
class.
it.
Yes.
Oh my.
Of
They
course.
had to let me sit in there by myself.
Oh yeah.
Have the professor get out, and he gave me a little refresher by himself and one-on-one for me to be able to manage 65. so I could graduate college.
Well, you made it.
I made it.
You
That's
made it, and you're
nice.
like, I never had to use that, right?
I never, but you have to use it in art.
You
But
do?
When I, oh yeah, you
Subtract.
Subtract
this,
what?
Subtract that.
Have to, well, to get a painting, if I'm doing a portrait of you,
Okay.
to get your dimension into the canvas, I have to do a grid, which allows
You
for.
can't get away from it. You can't
Yeah,
get
we
away
Yeah.
can't
So
get
you
away
still
from
use it some way,
I use it, but it doesn't scare me because it's art.
and because it's something you love.
It's something I love. But if you putting me in the front of to do fractions,
Forget it.
Forget it. It's not gonna work.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Give me a grid.
You check out at that
Yeah,
point.
I check out.
Me too.
Forget about
Yeah,
it.
hate it.
Forget it.
Yeah.
I can't.
That's what calculators are for.
I know.
That's right.
Well, Patrick, we're going to have a candid minute with you. It's that time of the show.
Uh-oh.
We just want to know, what is it other than art that you do for fun?
I sing.
You sing?
I tell jokes.
Well,
I'm a-
that's-
We know
well,
that you're a jokester.
Folks say I'm a comedian.
Yes,
but
you are.
The first time I did a comedic show, I passed out.
Oh my God.
I got
What?
sick. I got super
It's
sick.
the nerves.
You hyperventilated, maybe.
And then when I got out, my God, when the thing was over, standing ovation. There were 300
See?
people. 300 people
Come
in the
on.
audience.
When you think you've done a really bad job, that's when honestly
when,
it's
yeah.
the best.
And when you're too confident sometimes.
There you go.
It doesn't
Yes.
go well.
That's
So
the
it's
truth.
good to have the nerves.
Mm-hmm. You
Yes.
have to have the nerves. Yeah.
So singing, joking.
Singing, jokes. I'm a sculptor, which is
Yes.
a given.
Mm-hmm.
My God, cars. I could build a car from scratch.
Oh, wow.
I
Can you make me a
refurbish it.
car?
I
No,
bring
right?
a brand new car, a concept car.
Wow.
But funny thing, the many things I know how to do,
Mhm.
because of my age and
Stop that.
I mean because I have no time to you know. So
Mhm.
I've tried to concentrate on the arts,
Okay.
and when I go to Exotic Auto, which is our own place,
Mm-hmm.
there I'm able to do my paintings.
Right.
We have an area that's my studio.
Yeah.
And it's going to be building a little office, which is already built. It's just maybe I have to arrange it, make
Okay.
it my taste.
Mm-hmm.
But none of the two takes away from each other because
Come together. Yeah.
because in there I need the welder to build a statue.
Mm.
So it's still in my artistic area
Right.
to be able to weld two metal, fuse them together.
Together.
You need to know what you're doing.
Your sculpting is also on your website?
Yeah, I have the clay ones, and I'm about to create a negmao,
Like my own. Okay.
but in metal.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
gonna do that at Exotic Auto Repairs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you do sculpting class? Do you do anything like
I
that?
teach.
Oh, good.
I teach all aspects of art,
Okay.
from watercolor to oil, which is the most complex.
Mm-hmm.
It's the good thing about going to school for art is that you've learned the theories,
Okay.
the tricks, the shortcuts,
Yeah.
the who's
You know it.
who,
Mm-hmm.
the artists. Because we have one famous Haitian
Mm-hmm.
black artist
Okay.
who happens to be in history books now.
Oh, good.
His name is Jean-Michel Basquiat,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and he
I see
happens
that
to
now.
be Haitian.
Okay.
Very
His father was Haitian, his mother was Puerto Rican.
Okay.
Jean-Michel Basquiat died because he was doing drugs.
Okay.
But in my path, I've crossed paths because we used to hang out in the same place in New York
Mhm.
Okay.
called Nels. I don't know if it's still there.
Right.
It was
The spot. That was the place to be.
Yeah. You had to be cool.
You had to be
You're
cool.
wearing your punk
That's
rock,
right.
bunch of buttons down this way.
mhm.
Walking. Funny thing, I don't drink, I don't smoke.
You don't need
but
to,
I'm
though.
so crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine if I did those
You don't
things,
need
my
to.
God.
Yeah, you're crazy enough. It's perfect. You don't need to add alcohol
at
to it.
home, at home, my wife has me dressed as a woman
Oh my gosh.
to make jokes to like
She's a
she
mess.
make me dress like a mother to imitate her mother.
So
Okay.
like Tyler Perry does.
Oh yeah,
with
there you go,
Medea.
the Medea.
Comedic, mhm.
I'm Patricia.
Patricia. We want to see that on
I
film.
just
Let's
did-
see that.
I'm waiting for her because she has to present it to her mother.
Uh-huh.
When she's done, I'll probably post it on.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
goodness.
good.
Because yeah,
I can't wait to see this.
I saw it afterwards. I was dying.
You lost it.
I can't wait to see that.
That is great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
If somebody wanted to contact you, how would they be able to contact you?
Either Google my name, Patrick Noze,
Okay.
N-O-Z-E,
Okay.
because a lot of people call me Noze.
Yes,
No
Noise.
Noze. But Noze, N-O-Z-E.
Uh-huh.
You'll find my information. Oh, my website. My
Yes.
website is also my name.
Okay.
PatrickKnowles.com.
PatrickKnowles.com. It's usually the quickest way to get me because
Okay.
the website notifies me.
Okay.
Say, hey, you have contact information.
Very
Or
good.
my number is pretty much public.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Everybody knows it. 407-953-0200.
All right.
And I get a lot of calls from people either wanting help with something
Good.
or wanting aid in Haiti.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not rich, but I
Yeah.
sometimes
Still-
somehow
That's
right.
right.
I'm
You don't have
able
to be rich. Yeah.
I mean, because money doesn't have to be a bunch of it
Mm-mm.
to send to someone.
Correct. That has
who, you
nothing.
know, so
Mhm.
I get calls from moms or even fellas, dads, Mr. Patrick, you know, in Creole, my child is going to school, certificate,
Right.
this,
Mhm.
send
Oh,
something.
that's
Yeah.
nice. You're still giving
So
back.
I
You're
still,
paying it forward.
Mm-hmm.
and some of the artists in Haiti, I buy them materials.
Yeah.
Bust up, betla, you know.
Mhm.
Yo. So,
That's
you know,
awesome.
so I try to help in everywhere I can.
That you can,
Yes. That's what it's
because
about.
Yeah, because in life we just
Come
passing
on, we're
through.
passing through. That's
Yeah,
it.
You got to do what you can.
We're
That's
on
right.
temporary stay
And-
here.
Yeah, I vow to do one thing: leave a legacy,
Correct.
be a good human
There you
being,
go.
and laugh like there's no tomorrow.
There it
And
is.
there
I
it is.
love
That's
it.
the close right
be
there.
That's it.
happy and peppy and bursting with love.
That's it. We love it. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
I thank you for having me, ladies.
Yes.
You
You're
are
welcome.
becoming legends, and I'm honored that
Oh, thank you so
you
much.
thought about me.
Of
Of
course.
course.
Absolutely.
Mr. Legend himself.
This won't be the last time.
Whee!
Be ready for the next
But this
time.
painting is yours.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I've signed it, so it
Yes.
makes it valuable.
Thank you.
So the painting is meaningful. Someone thinking. Maybe it's about Haiti.
Yes.
It's a subliminal message
Yeah.
of a woman in shock and yet not despair.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Love
It's
it.
beautiful. You know what? I won in a, what was it?
Which one are you talking
I
about?
forgot what
You
it
win
was,
so
but
many
I
things.
won this free painting, one of yours,
I know.
and it's beautiful. I love it, and I look at it every single
Do you know what it
day.
signifies?
Tell me, you had told me before, but I just love the face of this young girl.
It's the various beauties of the
Yes.
Haitian culture. Funny thing,
So
it looks
pretty.
like you.
It does look like her. So pretty.
Aw,
Yeah.
I love that
Because,
painting.
That
Yeah.
painting was painted for a particular event, and the event was to capture the women. So I had to capture every culture,
Okay.
and then she came to mind. I did her late at night.
She's beautiful.
So she's like, when I paint late at night, sometime with a cup of milk.
You said I was going to say why. No, because we know you don't drink. You told us you don't drink.
I drink milk. Milk is good.
That's good.
But you
Milk
have
and
to-
cookies.
You
to heat it up.
you have to warm it up.
Yes.
That's right.
And put a little sugar.
You have to.
I like the last drop of
The
the,
drop.
sugar.
With the
It's full of
sugar.
sugar.
Uh-huh.
But after I drink it, forget it.
That's it.
Uh-huh.
Night night.
Night,
Yeah, I love that painting.
Oh,
So
this-
it's
I'm-
in my
I'm glad-
house.
I'm
It's
glad you
hanging
like
in my dining room, and I see it and I look at it every single
night.
day.
You have no choice but to thank him, Patrick.
Of
That's
course.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
We thank you so much, and this will not be the last time, so we'll see you next time.
Yes.
Merci.
Thank you all for joining us and for your continued support. Please join us next Tuesday at 6 p.m. for another guest from our community. In closing, they say art is not what you see, but what you make others see. Patrick is an amazingly talented painter, sculptor, and portraitist. His goal is to emphasize the Haitian culture and touch the heart of the world through visual imagery. In Patrick's words, to my eyes, the world is a large canvas. Everything I see, dream, or I encounter, I use as an inspiration for my work. Wow, he's just truly one of a kind. We are real sisters, sharing real stories within our community. We thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk About It, the Candid Conversation Show.
Let's go. Let's go.
Come on, let's have a candid conversation. Let's talk about it. Just bring it up, we got hope and love.
Yeah.
It's all about you and your well-being. The candid conversation show. Let's go, let's talk about it.